evening, everyone. I was just about to say good morning, but good evening, everyone. I have a feeling that people are a little happier than they were this morning. We won a game. Hallelujah, baby. Hallelujah. It is time to celebrate. How's everybody doing? Joe here from Mania. I hope you guys had a great day. I mean, the Yankees definitely helped us out today, which we're very, very happy about. And it should make for a very, very nice and calm show, everyone. We're really looking forward to it. So I want to get to a couple of things, everyone. Again, thank you. And everybody, thank you so much for increasing the subscriptions here. We really appreciate it. We still got too much in the viewing of 26% that are not subscribed, guys. Come on. You can do it. You can do it, especially with the shows that are coming on soon. Next week we'll have Yogi Berra's granddaughter, Lindsay Berra. She's going to be talking about the museum, the Yankees, a little bit of everything, and you're gonna find it very interesting. She produced the Yogi story, the Yogi movie, a couple of years back. So there's a lot to talk about. Then, of course, there's Caterina Amicio that is going to be on the day after that. And she's going to talk about all the movies and producing and her artwork. There's a lot going on here, guys, a lot. So we're really looking forward to it. The chat's already starting to burn pretty good, but I want to welcome a sponsor with us. So, and I'd like to introduce it to the Mania. And hey, fans, if you're looking for some great sports gear, well, don't look any further. Go to Alpha Sports at 6202 20th Avenue in Brooklyn, New York, for the finest selections in Calvin Klein, Adidas, Puma, and more. Just whatever you do, go ask for Mike at 718-232-5813, 232-5813. And they have a very, very, very nice website at amosport.com. And remember, tell them Yankee Mania sent you. So that's amosport.com. Remember, ask for Mike if you're in the Brooklyn area. We really appreciate it. And thank you for sponsoring this portion of NY Yankee Mania. And welcome aboard. And we hope for great things with you. And of course, you gotta go. Let's go Yankees. Let's see here. We're gonna start with the chat that's on the email, and I want to say hello to John and Kathy and Connie from New Jersey. How you guys doing? Thank you for listening. Thank you for the wonderful words. I really appreciate it. Please get the word out. And I know you guys were saying that you were having limoncello tonight. I'm very, very jealous. I love limoncello. You got to send it to the show. Please send us some limoncello. Love it, love it, love it. Love you guys, and thank you so much for subscribing and for being part of NY Yankee Mania. John Ferrazzo, how you doing? Let's see. Anna, how are you? How's it going there? Who else? Kevin, what's going on? Jeff, morning, Jeff. That always says something in the chat way before we go on the air. Thank you so much, everyone. And how about in the chat? We have John K. D Train, Real Bill. How you doing? Lou, how's everything going? The nasty one, Yo. I can't even say it. Low Yo. Sean Brown. Bryce, how are you? How's it going? Of course, Evan is here. So Jonathan, how you doing, Jonathan? Blaze 455. How are you doing? Woo! That was a lot to do. And we didn't even start with the Yankees. First of all, Evan, good evening. How was your day? And tell us just a quick thing on the Yankees. I also want to introduce Sean Browning back with us in the show. How you doing, Sean?
Oh, I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good, thanks. Good, thanks. All right, we're going to start with Evan. Evan, tell us about the Yankee win, and what are you thinking right now, big guy? Go ahead.
Well, obviously, a great win today. We needed it. I feel like it wasn't a complete full game that we really wanted, but at the end of the day, a win is a win. We wanted to see what Bednar could do at the closer spot, and I don't think we were too surprised by his outing. Yeah, he did throw a lot of pitches, but at the end of the day, he had good command, good stuff, and he got it done. Let's never see Devin Williams again. We don't want to experience that. As far as the offense goes, I thought it was a good day for the offense. You know, they got some hits. Volpe with a nice hit. Obviously, we capitalized on an error from the Rangers. Dominguez got to steal the base and then go home there. And how about Paul Goldschmidt off the bench hitting a big home run for us, putting us up in the lead, setting us up in the 8th and 9th innings, and we got the win.
Yeah, no, they look good. I was glad to see Boone keeping him in there in the 9th inning. He had a lot of confidence in him, and so that was good. Sean Browning, give us your take on today's Yankee win.
Well, I mean, yeah. But how about this? I know everybody loves bashing Boone, but man, did he push the right buttons today. It was an outright duel. It was a heavyweight battle and there wasn't a whole lot of scoring opportunities that we had, but from the pinch hitting Goldie and the Rosario for McMahon and then the Candelario. I just like the way he did all that, and then the bullpen, the way he managed the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Rodon gave us as much as he could give us today, and I mean, and he's been carrying our team, the rotation. Him and Fried
Mm-hmm.
for most of the season. So if he's battling for five and some change against a good pesky team that all are hitting 250 and above,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you know what? I'm fine with that. But then, I mean, he rolled out the ball. He rolled out different guys, and then also the other thing when the ump, which really irritated me at the last. When they got one out to go and the ump tightens his zone and really squeezes Bednar, we had Duvall there heating up just in case. So, you know what? I got to tip my cap to Boone. We got to give him credit when he does things right. Just like we bash him, when he does things that make us scratch heads.
Yep. No, you're right about that. Hey, guys, before we dig in also, I want to give a fast scoreboard, and let's catch up, everybody, with what's going on, being the fact that the Yankees had a day game. So the Mariners are leading 2-1 at the end of 2. The Diamondbacks in the bottom of the second lead 2-0 on the Padres. The Giants beat the Pirates 4-2. The Orioles beat the Phillies 5-1. Good news for Met fans. The Minnesota Twins 9, the Tigers 4. They did a number on them. And of course the Guardians swept the Mets 4-1 at Citi Field. The Chicago Cubs 6 and the Reds 1. The Toronto Blue Jays, I mean, this is ridiculous. Toronto Blue Jays 20 and the Rockies 1. You really call that a major league team? I mean, give me a break. Tampa Bay 5, the Angels 4. The Cardinals 5, the Dodgers 3, and the Dodgers are showing vulnerability. They do lose games. Good news here: the Marlins beat the Astros 6-4. So the Marlins just don't beat us; they beat other teams too. The Nationals 2-1 on the A's. Good news here: the Royals beat the Red Sox 7-3, and the Brewers defeated Atlanta Braves 5-4. So the standings, as we see right now. So the Yankees are 6.5 games out of first. The Red Sox are 3.5 out of first, but the wild card, The Red Sox lead by 3 games right now. It'll go down to 2.5. The Mariners are a half a game into the second wild card. The Yankees are a game and a half in the third wild card. So if the Mariners win tonight, the Yankees will be 1 game out of the second. If the Mariners lose tonight, we're tied for the second wild card with the exact same record. So that's where we stand right now, and that's the most important for the New York Yankees and their fans. T-Road, how you doing? How's it going? D-Train, how are you? Just to name some of the people here in the chat. So, guys, let's dissect. Let me go to let's see how we did today as far as the stats. And here we go. So Grissom had 4 at-bats, 1 hit, 1 K. Rice, 4 at-bats, 1 hit, 2 Ks. Judge, 3 at-bats, 1 hit, 1 K. Bellinger, 2 at-bats and 1 run. Chisholm, 4 at-bats, nothing again. He's worrying me in the lineup with 1 K. Dominguez had 2 at-bats, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 RBI. Volpe, 4 at-bats, 1 hit, and 1 RBI. Rosario came up as a pinch hitter, and nothing. Carabello, the same thing, nothing. Wells, two at-bats and nothing. He did have a walk. And Goldschmidt, we can finally start saying some nice things about Goldschmidt. He's really swinging the bat very well now. He had, let's see, 2 at-bats because of walk. He had 1 run, 1 hit, 1 home run, and he is really playing a lot better right now, guys. And it's showing. He's showing confidence again. Carlos Rondon, he went 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 3 Ks, 4 walks. Leiter, 1 inning, and he was the winner today, guys. 1 inning, gave up goose eggs. The Rubber Ramen, Tim Hill, went 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 K. De Los Santos, 2/3 of an inning, 1 walk. And, of course, the big star, the big reliever, Benner, went 1 2/3 innings, 1 hit, 5 strikeouts, and 2 walks. So that is your update, everyone. It was a very, very good game for the Yankees, and it's a sigh of relief. Now we have a day off. We come back, and we're in Yankee Stadium. So maybe the boos will be at a minimum, and we could start a nice weekend series. Hey, listen, Houston lost to the Red Sox at Fenway. Let the Yankees beat the Astros at Yankee Stadium. That would be a great deal. So the end of this road trip, I mean, obviously we finally got a W, but in a whole, what did you think of this road trip, and what do you think they could have done differently? Evan, you go first.
Yeah, this road trip was not good at all. We went 1-5, only win being today's game. We've seen a lot of similarities in the negatives between the Marlins series and the Rangers series. We blew games. The bullpen obviously did not do well due to some of Boone's management, but also it goes back to the philosophy of the GM and the whole team. But the one thing that I really look at is, why does Boone keep making the same moves over and over again? And why does he expect them to continue to work when they're obviously not working?
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, Devin Williams. Devin Williams, he says he's not available one day, then brings him in the next day, and then what happens? He gives up the walk-off. David Bednar, I think in his against the Rangers, against the Marlins, he went 1 inning, and then he didn't throw that many pitches, so he could have went another inning, but instead Boone decided to go with another reliever. I mean, why does he keep switching which relievers are in which roles, and why does that make sense? I don't know.
True.
But the positives are, definitely, like you said, Joe, Paul Goldschmidt. He did come through today. It seems like he's hitting well off of lefties right now. especially lefties that don't throw many fastballs. They leave sinkers over the plate. It looks like he does damage on those. He's able to pull his hands in and really let loose on the bat there. Aaron Judge, it was good to see him get a hit today. We need him to get hot so that we can continue our winning streak. And I think there's a lot to grow on that we need to do better. But overall, there's still a lot of negatives that we need to improve on moving forward.
Right, but although you got to give Boone kudos for today, he did manage a much better crisp game today, and kudos to him that he left the pitcher in. He didn't panic. He said, "Okay, big guy," and he walked back to the dugout, and he got the W, which is big. Sean, your take on today's game and Boone managing today after he got really trounced this morning in the chat.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, like I said, Boone did a thing and Rodon having after all these struggles, and sometimes pitchers go through that. Especially guys like Rodon, who are like fly ball pitchers, power pitching / fly ball pitchers. You're gonna get hit. You're gonna have a potential of things going south on you in an inning, and we had that one inning when they loaded the bases on them with like 1 or 2 outs. But we managed to get out of that inning. So Rodon has been. And like I said, all year, Rodon he's been solid for us. Mm-hmm. He's been an anchor. He's been a rock. He's been a co-ace with Fried. Even though a lot of teams want to bash him and call him not an ace. But I mean, look, our ace went down. And 2 guys have stepped up all year. And even though they've been struggling a lot recently, they've held our rotation together and mentored these young guys.
Mm-hmm. No, so you're right. You're 100% right, man. They listen. What do we have? 47 games left, guys. It's now or never. Now let's forget about all the losses. We're 1 for 1, as they always say. And we got to build on that. Let's go 10 out of 12, 17 out of 21. We got to do that if we want to be steady and be serious to be challenging for a title. We have to do it. I don't think we have a choice. And it would be great to see that. Let's do a little bit of the chat. T-Road, do you think if we shake up the lineup and change the hitting lineup, will that make a big difference in your guys' opinion? Evan, you want to answer that?
Sure. I think the lineup, obviously we have to factor in who's going to come off the bench and all that, but right now the fact that Judge isn't fully healthy and he can't be the stable guy that we need him to be in the 2-hole or the 3-hole, I think it's too hard to predict how much they're going to change the lineup, if they're going to change it at all, a little bit or a lot, depending on if we start Rice or Goldschmidt or Wells. There's a lot of different factors that go into it, but overall we need to keep a consistent lineup. I mean, Dominguez,
100%.
He should be at leadoff. Ben Rice needs to be there. Cody Bellinger, Jazz. I think Jazz will improve as we go here. So overall, we need to shake up the lineup, but we need to keep it consistent, and we need to rely on pinch hitters to come in, do their job, just like Stanton's done and Goldschmidt.
Now, Charles says the Yankees ERA since July 1st has been 6.13. Well, yeah, it's high. And if you want to look on a positive note, that's St. Anthony. So being the fact that it's St. Anthony, that's a good sign. And I like that. So maybe that's going to give us positive vibes. I like it. So thanks, Charles, for that. Richard, a reality check. Congratulations on winning one game, but the fact that this next game Friday night at the stadium, the biggest game of the year, they have to start a streak. Yeah, I agree with you. Richard, you're hitting that on the nose. It can't be one and done. It's not, that's out of the question. It's got to be 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and keep going. And they have to want it. They can feel you can feel it. They need some consistency, some again, not just winning with a home run, but winning all the way, all different ways. Base hits, steal the base, move the guy to third, fly ball. Let's act like a real team that we really want it, and not just wait for the big home runs. So that is my main concern right now. Let's go to the nasty one, Joe. With all due respect, I think Bednar gives up a 3-run home run after 45 pitches. You would have been saying why was he still in? But he was a nasty one. We got the game. He never goes over 30 pitches. That wasn't a good decision in my mind. But you know what? Boone had to show some confidence. If he turned around to Boone and said, "Skip, I can do this. Let me do it," and he gave him the confidence, and he did it. So I'm not going to look back on that. I'm happy that he gave him the confidence, and he turned around. He went back in the dugout and said prayers, and it came through. But he was popping that ball. Do you see? There was no slowness on that ball. He came out smoking.
And I think there were some calls that the umpire missed too. There were some calls in the zone. I think the umpire was being inconsistent today because some of the calls that the Rangers got on the outside part of the strike zone were strikes, even though they were missing the box by about a foot. So Bednar didn't get those calls today. And the fact that he still was able to produce and he wanted to stay in because he probably knew that Boone was going to mess it up anyway. But, we had an off day tomorrow. Bednar wanted to finish it, so good for him.
And I don't know if who knows in the chat and everything, everyone, but I got my wish this weekend in an Atlanta Braves game. There's going to be the first woman umpire. Hallelujah! It's happening. Maybe they are listening to us. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And let's see how that goes. And more of that. I hope she calls wherever she is. I hope she has a great game. And there's a lot of room for women umpires in this game. You're going to change rules? Well, that's one positive way to change a rule. Show these umpires that they are shoemakers right now. I'm sorry. Half of these umpires really don't know if they're coming or going. And we all know that. And Ken from the Ugly Truth, he will verify how many bad calls there are per game. It is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
What's up, Nathan? How are you? How was the Trenton Thunder?
Yes, we're going to Nathan is waiting in the wings, and we're going to bring Nathan up, and let's get his take on a lot of different issues. Nathan.
Hey guys, what's up?
Good evening. How you doing, big guy?
What's up, everyone in the chat? By the way, our Job in the Mouth show is going on right now live. So thank you, everyone who's tuning in into our show tonight. And Trent Thunder lost, but big win for the Yankees and much better. Aaron Boone finally making the right moves for today's game. Keeping Bednar in for a half an inning, and then he struck out 5 batters, which is amazing. And Rodon looked pretty good today, in my opinion, but a little up and down and inconsistent. But they did really good. So the pitching did really good today, and obviously the offense came up clutch. And Paul Goldschmidt with that big home run. All in all, a great team win, and we needed that. Maybe hopefully this can help them get the momentum back. But I'm happy that Boone made the right moves in the bullpen. He managed the bullpen great today. and Benhar showed it, and I'm happy.
I think he managed a really good game.
Hey, Sean.
How you doing,
Hey,
Sean?
Nathan.
Hey, thank you for tuning in to our Job on the Mound show.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry about that. I was trying something out while during the stream, and then my stepmom, my mama, she was texting me, so I had to reply back. So I had to jump off.
No problem. Don't worry about it. Absolutely no problem.
Charles,
You know how it is when mama comes a calling.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
Charles, you brought up a good point. Rodon had too many walks. That's the problem. That was an issue.
Yes.
Yeah, the Rangers have always been a pesky, patient team.
Yeah.
And I mean, when you look at their average batting averages all season, they've been all like 240, 250, and then some of them are like 300, 260.
So I want to bring up real quick. So we were covering the Trent Thunder game today. George was there too. Trent Thunder lost, but the pitcher on the other team, Frederick Keys, who's going to get. By the way, they're going to get affiliated again with the Baltimore Orioles. So they're going to be a minor league team for next year with the Baltimore Orioles again. But the pitcher we faced today, he pitched like 7 innings, gave up only 2 hits. He had a no-hitter going through 6 innings, but he gave up 2 hits and then struck out 11. Man, this guy was dominant against Trent Thunder today.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're gonna do that. You're gonna get a lot of views. Are there a lot of scouts, Nitin, even without the trade? You know, the trade deadline. Are they still hanging around?
There is scouts. We had a scout there today, actually. One scout. They can still, these players in the MLB draft league, they can still get signed by teams. So people, the players in that league can still get opportunities to go to minor leagues. So there's one scout I saw in today's game, I think. So.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, we're you know, you never know when the next whoever, Carlos Rondon might come in or whoever. So, Nitin, can you also tell the fans about our guest tomorrow at 4:00?
Yeah, tomorrow, my team and I booked Joe for tomorrow. Adrian Chambers at 4:00 p.m. Eastern. I think 4, right? Yeah, 4. So we booked, my team and I booked Joe Adrian Chambers tomorrow. He's a World Series champion from the St. Louis Cardinals, outfielder, underrated player. He helped the Cardinals win the World Series in 2011. And he has a book out there. So he'll talk about his book, his career journey, how he got into baseball. He'll talk about being teammates with Pujols during that year. So stay tuned, guys. He's great. He's a great guy to work with, and I call him a good friend of ours now. So I'm happy that my team and I was able to book him for tomorrow's show, and potentially we might get another guest for Joe tomorrow. So you might be double booked for tomorrow, but we don't know. We don't know yet. We're still waiting for confirmation on the time with the other guests. But as of now, tomorrow is only Adrian Chambers, and then next week my team and I booked Lindsay Berra, a good friend of mine. She's the granddaughter of the late Yogi Berra. She'll be joining this show next Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. So tune in for that one too. So I'm happy that my team and I was able to book that. So a lot of big things coming up, and Lindsay Berra is going to be another great guest, and she is amazing to work with. So Leah, looking forward to seeing tomorrow's stuff and Lindsay, and then I'm hoping we get confirmation soon for the other guests. So. Let's see.
Yeah, and it's a quiet day. The Yankees are off. They're traveling. They have a nice day off. Put their heads together, put everything together, and move forward. And the nice thing is, 1 game winning streak. That's the most important.
Let's make it 2 on Friday against the Houston Astros.
Yes, 100%. Listen, the Astros got swept in Fenway. And let's sweep them here at Yankee Stadium. I really, I want to see this. Real Bill. I asked the question that you obviously won't answer. How many 5-game winning streaks have the Yankees had this season? I'll wait.
Oh, I'd say
I
probably
believe
about.
one.
I'd say you can
Shoot,
count them on one hand.
I'm thinking it's one.
I know
Yeah,
we
you can
had
definitely
one.
count them on one hand. Definitely.
Maybe I feel like in the
Yeah.
beginning of the season we went on a 5-game winning streak somewhere.
Yeah, I think. Let me
Yeah.
see. I'm gonna check.
But remember, we won the series. We started out winning the
It's
first
one?
3 against the Brewers.
It's one. Don't rack your brain. Real Bill just put it out. It's only one. See, we get it, Real. We get it. You know, you can't try not to stump us, but we do the best we can. But
Look, but I
Let's-
mean, anything can happen in baseball. You
Yeah.
could have the Blue Jays all of a sudden just start spiraling like we did.
Oh,
well,
someone
you
said
got to get
two.
them out of playing Colorado because that's ridiculous.
Yeah, T Road said 2.
Yeah, we had 2 because we had one. Remember, we had one right before the All-Star break, and we had one
Yeah.
in the beginning of the beginning of the season.
Congrats,
Because we
T-Road. That's really cool.
We swept the Brewers, and then we won 2, and we won the 6 because we won like we were like winning every series that in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We lost the first 2 games of the Diamondback series, so that wasn't. I think it was the series where we swept the Royals at home, and I think we won a couple of games either before or after.
Yeah.
Got it.
Also, I just want to say congratulations to Paul Goldschmidt for winning the Yankees 2025 MLBPA Heart and Hustle Award too.
Awesome. Congrats.
Congrats.
Congrats to Paul.
Yeah.
Richard, a baseball team that wins 6 out of 10 games, that is 6 wins and 4 losses, is 600, which is exceptional. Well, yeah, I mean, this is the only sport that you can get 3 hits out of 10 at bats, fail 7 times, and go into the Hall of Fame. I mean,
Yeah.
300 out of 10, you're going in the Hall of Fame. Where do you get that in life? Richard, again, Joe, you said playing Colorado is ridiculous because Colorado is terrible. I assume, but the Yankees have the worst record in the last 45 games than Colorado. I know that, Richard. What I'm just saying is, now it's coming to the nitty gritty with Colorado. They're just gonna play the motions, and maybe a couple of new players. But in May, they still had the oomph. They still. I mean, it's terrible to say that the team's not trying, but let's face it, they're 40 games out. Do you really think that they're going to once you take the lead on this team, it's over? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they're already 100 losses on the season. I think they're flirting with or getting close to flirting with a record for the amount of losses in a season. So, it's going to be real hard. But I mean, they're still a major league team. You still got to take them serious, but at the same time, they're really tanking it. So,
I agree.
Well, now Real Bill says the real answer is 3. So they've
3?
won 5 game streak 3 times. Thank you, Real Bill. So you're the king of it. Thank you. Let's see. Ken says the Yankees are definitely going to be better. They are going to play better.
Yeah.
T-Road says get the Blue Jays out of Colorado. They already scored 45 runs.
By the way, Dower Strawberry made an appearance at Somerset Patriots today.
Wow.
Yeah, but apparently I don't think he's going to make it to the Old Timers game. I mean, Old Timers Day this weekend.
Really?
Well,
I don't. Oh, okay.
No, I mean, Daryl's been busy.
Yeah.
He's a preacher. He does charity work, and then
we do a lot of events with him. So we've done a couple of events with Strawberry already. We love working with him. He's a great guy. So.
Mm-hmm.
The record for most losses in a season, I believe, is 1961. the Mets 40 wins and 120 losses and 2 games suspended. Yeah, well, wasn't the White Sox, didn't they beat that record last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, the White
They
Sox.
lost 123 losses, I think it was. 123 games they lost.
Wow, that's some lousy season. Yeah, Nasty. Strawberry is very clean, and he's turned his life completely around.
Yeah.
He's doing very, very well, and he's helping so many people. So many people. It would be great getting, if he had time to possibly have an interview with us.
Well, Joe,
that would be amazing.
My team and I can make that happen, but depending on his schedule.
Yeah, I know he's preaching all over the place.
He preaches, and he also does it. He has an outreach ministry charity thing that he does for helping people like him that struggle with addictions and different things, turn their life around.
Yeah.
Him and Doc do it together.
Yeah, Doc does a great job. We do events with Doc also. Another great guy to work with.
Yeah, Richard says just like Lawrence Taylor, he's turned his life around.
Yeah, Lawrence Taylor. That's another guy we did events with. Dude, these are my guys, man. Lawrence Taylor has changed his. I mean, like, you see him at golf. He does golf outings. He's everywhere now. He does stuff with people, and he does charity events also, and he has his own foundation. It's amazing to see it, and it's great working with these people and getting to know them. And like I said, it's once you build this like I always tell people, when you build a relationship with the players and I'm so grateful to be in this business because once you build relationship with these players, that means they know they're trusting you in a positive way. And they know that you're committed to this, and they have the trust of me and my team and other people that we work with. And once you gain that trust with the players, you're in good shape after that.
No, I agree. T. Road says, good for Darryl Strawberry. He's a really good guy, and he really is. He'll give the shirt off his back if he can. He'll sit with you. He'll talk to you right from wrong because he went through it all, and he survived it. He also survived cancer.
Yeah.
So there's a lot in his life that he should be very proud of. And the same thing with Doc Gooden. I mean, they'll be the first one to tell you that George Steinbrenner basically saved their lives.
Oh yeah,
George came up and he was big. George cared for them, and when they became Yankees, they really turned. I mean, hey, Doc Gooden pitched a no-hitter for the Yankees back in '96.
Yeah,
and Darryl Strawberry had big home runs. He had 3 home runs in one game. I remember there was a game in Oakland at the time. They were down like 7-4, came up with the bases loaded, hit a grand slam, and they won the game. So he helped out a lot. You just don't realize it. These guys really, really helped the Yankees. And Dwight Gooden, I really believe that George Steinbrenner saved him big time.
Oh, yeah.
And I tip my hat to, rest in peace, George Steinbrenner. But he doesn't get a lot of credit for a lot of things because we all know what the media knows and splurges out about him. But behind the scenes, George Steinbrenner was one of the nicest, coolest guys you ever wanted to meet in your life, guys. And I mean it because I saw it firsthand. He would help little boys, little girls, give them balls, give them this, give them that, go in the parking lot. He saw that a parking attendant in parking lot 9 in the old Yankee Stadium, and the guy was going nuts. So what does George do? He comes out of his car, he rolls up his sleeves, and he goes, next. And the guy couldn't believe it. He said, don't worry about it. Do your job. I'll take care of in here. This is the type of guy George Steinbrenner was. And sometimes it's a shame that his legacy is smeared because of it. Were there some crazy things? Of course there was. But there's always 2 sides to the story. Actually 3. There's your side, that's their side, and then there's the truth. And that's very, very important. Richard has a comment on George. George Steinbrenner paid all of his players very well, and all he asks for everybody is to earn your salary. Yep. And believe me, Richard, when I saw George Steinbrenner coming into the locker room, we all dashed away because we knew what was coming. But he really was a sweetheart. He really was. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. But he did come in. He did intimidate. A lot of players got intimidated. They couldn't play here. Yep. But some people were great. So you can't judge the book by its cover all the time. You got to dig in to a person. And thank God, and we're so happy for Darryl Strawberry. We're so happy for Dwight Gooden. They were great citizens. They've been great citizens, and they're there to help.
Hey, Joe, that's another guy that my team and I can get you on. So eventually on here.
Dwight Gooden?
Yeah.
Great. He's a great interview. Joe, I started watching you guys. What did you do for the Yankees in the locker room? Well, it's not what I did for them. I mean, I was a reporter when we had our show on WMCA radio, which was the old home of the New York Yankees for many years. They won championships on WMCA 570 on the AM dial in New York City. It was a 50,000 watt station on AM, and just basically, I also did. So from there, not only I cut tape for, let's say, the managers, what they were saying, players, and all of that, and I would send it to different correspondents to make sure that everybody got covered. So they didn't have to send a whole crew down there. So they asked me while I'm there to do them a favor. And that's what reporters do. Not only do they work for themselves, but of course they're going to help out, other people. You're right there. And if you can't get somebody down there, you're going to do a favor. Just like what happens with shows like this. You ask somebody, can you come on? And why not? If you can do it, you do it. I also did tours in Yankee Stadium, not for a long time, but it was fun. But my tour was a tour director at Madison Square Garden here in New York. So I was close with the Knicks, the Rangers, the Liberty, but my greatest there was hanging out with the wrestlers. All the wrestlers, they were very, very good, very kind, and we had a lot of fun there. So thanks for asking. But that is my background, and I also was a supervisor in the first base side, in the main level, to make sure that the kids, that there were a lot of kids' days. In the summertime, the camps would come in, so we make sure that they're good. And they had these little coupons that they're allowed to get a hot dog, a pretzel, a Coke, and stuff like that. So that's what we did. We made everybody. We made sure it was a great Yankee Stadium appearance. And thank you for the question. I really appreciate that. I think we have a new Met fan in here. Hellcat Yankee. What's up for? Okay, you're gone. You are out of here. Sorry about that. Goodbye. Good luck, and that's it. God bless you.
Thank. Oh my God.
All right. So let's see. Let me get this one out of here. Goodbye. All right. Next, Real Bill again. Mr. Steinbrenner. Yes, I still call him Mr. Steinbrenner. Treated me with the utmost respect, and he honored his offer. What a man! Thank you, Real Bill, for backing that up. That's really cool of you. And yes, when you see this guy, when you saw him on Saturday Night Live, that was kind of like the person he really was.
Yeah.
We just get like, oh, the George, you must have the Yankee way. But he really was a cupcake. He was a sweetheart. He really was. But yeah.
Yeah, Real Bill, to answer your question, I do sleep.
When?
Whatever.
That's the thing. When?
But no, the funniest thing about George, you ever seen the skit all the time between him and Billy Martin?
What happened? What?
Where it's like they're in the press conference and they're arguing, George and Billy, and George goes, "Well, you're fired. You haven't hired me yet."
Yeah. Yes. That was that those commercials he did with Light Beer. Those were great. You could see that on YouTube. Just go George Steinbrenner, Billy Martin, Light Beer, and Miller. It's really funny if you haven't seen it. A couple other commercials that would get you is so funny. El Duque, you could do the El Duque dance.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, with David Cohn.
Yes, you can do the El Duque dance. Yankee Stadium and the Mariners did a Margarina dance. Who had the best one? That was back in 1998. That was cool. But there's a lot of. Then they started with YMCA, the Yankees ground crew. They're still doing it. They stop and they do the YMCA. So there's a lot of cool go on.
You remember Yogi's Aflac commercials?
Oh yeah, and money. It's just as good as cash.
Yep.
We'll bring that up to Lindsay. I'm so.
What's that, Yogi?
You miss work.
She'll get a kick out of that if you mention that.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
How can you forget that? You work and you miss work, but you work. He was just amazing. He really was amazing. Yeah, I miss those Aflac commercials. A couple of you might be too young for them, especially Evan. You're definitely too young.
Oh no, I remember those. I remember those and the Aflac commercials. And then remember when Continental Airlines was a sponsor for the Yankees when they were on the MSG network.
Yep. Richard goes, the chocolate. That was Yoo-Hoo. Yoo-Hoo, America's drink. Yoo-Hoo. Does anybody out there, I don't know, you got to be a little older. Does anybody remember the commercial for the world famous Joe DiMaggio?
Oh.
What was his number one commercial? Anybody know? That's a great trivia question.
Yeah.
Joe DiMaggio's number one commercial that he became very, there were two of them actually. There you go, Real Bill. Mr. Coffee. Excellent. Do you remember the other one, Real Bill? The other one that was famous with him? Along with, this one is also for him, yes. We'll give it, guys, you want to give it a try without looking at Google?
What was the question?
What was Joe DiMaggio's other commercial that he was famous for?
Everybody's bringing up Mr. Coffee.
Yeah, Mr. Coffee was the first one, yes.
Oh.
Well, and then wasn't it something with did it have to do with the song that he was part with Simon and Garfunkel?
No, this is let's see what this the money store. The money store was with him, but it was Banco Popular, if you remember. If anybody could see that, you'll see it on the internet. Who else did the money store? There was another big famous Yankee. Phil Rizzuto.
Phil Rizzuto, yeah.
My man. I'll never forget, guys, a cool story.
So, how about the money store? It happened in a bank, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask this one. Let's find out what's the bank name. What was the bank name? That's another good question.
Wells Fargo?
No.
No, the money store was the money store, and there was also Banco Popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the stores. A nasty one goes. How about the Reggie Bar? You know what?
What about Bowery Savings Bank?
The Bowery. Yep, that was Joe DiMaggio also. The Bowery was Joe DiMaggio. So there's a lot of. Okay, who was? Ken already said it. I was going to say, who was Joe DiMaggio married to for about 9 weeks, maybe? And he brought flowers to her grave every day of his life.
Marilyn Monroe.
Right. Yep.
You know who else she was associated with?
The John F. Kennedy.
Yeah.
No stupid.
Well, and then probably every other celebrity in that time period.
Yes, and Nasty go. See, now this is great, guys. Talk about the past is really, really cool. What about Joe Girardi slapping that guy in Taco Bell? You guys ever see the commercial?
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yep.
Although it wasn't on as much. Because remember, then they started doing the Chihuahua. The talking Chihuahua.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That was. Does everybody? This one's a little bit more recent. Does anybody remember George Steinbrenner with Derek Jeter?
Oh yeah.
Anybody remember that commercial?
I remember that
George
one.
is sitting at his desk, and he's saying, "I don't understand. You play every day. You're out all night. You eat all night. You're over here." And then what does Derek Jeter do and say? Anybody
I remember,
know?
but I can't remember what
he said. Questions. He holds up Visa, and George goes, "Oh,
yeah." That's what it was. Cause you know what, I remember the Visa commercials were good with that, but then at the same time, you remember the MasterCard commercials?
Oh yeah.
With especially the baseball ones where
Jeter says. Let me see. Hold on. Can I guess that one?
The what?
Are you trying to find out what Jeter says or something?
Jeter just looks at he doesn't say anything.
He just holds up the card.
And George goes, "Oh," and that was it.
Yeah, because in that commercial, you remember the crowd's like following him. He's going different places.
Yes.
And then you remember when he used to do the Gatorade commercials with him, Peyton Manning, and a few others.
Yep, 100%, 100%.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Real Bill says, "Wow, I just saw a play by the Diamondback that was El Perfecto, not the cigar." Okay. All right, cool. Ken says staying out late for Jets. All right. But everyone, it's nice once in a while to reminisce and go over so many different things. Those are the cool times. There was a lot, and you're never going to have another Phil Rizzuto. You're not going to have Phil Rizzuto in the box there with Tom Seaver. Actually, that was a lot of fun. And Bobby Mercer, really cool guys on the air. We saw a lot. You guys had to see though, and YouTube gets you everything. If you put in again the Yankee broadcasters in the chat, it's hysterical. It really is. Then there's the Miller commercials, of course. One gives this one to Evan. Evan, you have a commercial you remember?
Well, I don't remember a lot of Yankee commercials, but I do remember a Giants commercial, New York Giants. It was during the Super Bowl. I remember the one where Eli and Odell were basically dancing on a football field, and they were basically Eli was throwing passes to Odell, and then they did the what do you call it? They did the dance. I think they did the salsa too and stuff like that. It was fun. It was funny.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what? It's funny, but especially I love the when Eli and Peyton are in the same commercials.
Yeah, those are
You
funny
know,
too.
those are funny. But then remember the Super Bowl commercials, and then you have Jerome Bettis driving the bus,
Yep.
and then the punch in all the commercial is always Terry Bradshaw. He's either sitting on a chair on the top of the bus, or he's
Mhm.
getting like left behind or something.
That's awesome. No, like I said, sometimes, it's so nice just to reminisce and everything like that. But guys, we have a big series against the Houston Astros. Who wants to start with that series? What do you got? What are you guys thinking? And Houston right now must say, boy, the Yankees are good for the taking, but maybe the Yankees have better ideas and different ideas. What do you think of the upcoming series, guys?
Well, in the words of Gene Hackman and the replacements, our backs against the walls, so that makes us a very dangerous team. And I'm
That
paraphrasing his words, but yeah.
that's true. That is 100% true.
What's the pitch?
I like. Yeah. What was that? So Louis Seal is pitching game 1 against Valdez.
No, I thought it was Cam.
It's
Game
Cam,
one.
yeah.
Cam is game 1, Joe.
Cam is game 1?
Yeah.
Oh,
It should-
yes.
It should be Cam, then
Yes.
Hill,
Yeah.
and
Freed.
Freed.
Free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
they don't have the Sunday's game in there yet.
Oh.
But and that's a 1:35 start. But you're right. Me bad. So what do you think of the series, guys?
Well, Houston, obviously Houston plays us tough usually, but I think this is a much different Astros team now. They're in their division. They're in first place in the division, and they're playing good baseball. And obviously they got Carlos Correa back, and they have a good team as always. And the Yankees have to be prepared, man. I didn't know Houston has our number in the playoffs and also regular season. So hopefully the Yankees can on Friday with Cam. Hopefully I see Cam go the distance like 6 innings or so. The Yankees have to score early. We need to have the lead going into the games and hopefully being back home. Hopefully the fans can help them out a little bit. So it's gonna be a fun series and obviously competitive series. I hope it's gonna be a competitive series and it could go either way. But like if Boone can what he did today with the bullpen, if Boone can do that against Houston series, it will be fine because he managed the bullpen perfectly today and he did a great job with that. And it was a success. So if they can do that against Houston, they'll be fine.
Yeah, no, I agree. Evan, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, the Astros are always tough, especially against us. Our starting pitchers are going to have to provide good depth. I saw a stat today. I think it was the Yankees haven't had a starter go into more than the 6th inning since last Wednesday against the Rays, which was Will Warren. So we're going to have our starters go deep. And like Nathan said, the bullpen is going to have to do their job. We're facing 2 of their best starters in Brown and Valdez. So we're going to have to score, and we're going to have to jump on them early, get on their pitch count, work the count. Like today, I feel like we were doing a good job of working the count. But what happened when someone got on base? They got into 3 double plays, which I didn't like at all. So they have to work the count, and hopefully they can hold a lead. And I think they'll be able to hit a lot of home runs against the Astros. That's what I think.
Yeah. Well, man, we were doing that too on our side, where we were getting out of innings with double plays, and so and getting out of jams. But yeah, I mean, our offense against the Astros, we have to stop with the 1 pitch outs and grind every at bat. I mean, I want to see a minimum of 5 pitch at bats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, and the thing that I'm interested in seeing is the way, usually Aaron Judge does not hit Houston pitching. And I'm curious to see. He hasn't seen them in a while. I'm really curious to see how that is going to play out. That I really like to I'd like to see him hit a few out there, and that would be
Well,
great.
and then here's the thing: we got a very powerful weapon that's on the bench, but he's still red hot.
What's
Yeah.
up, Jonathan?
Yeah. Hey, Jonathan, how you doing? Yeah, we started the stream at 10 o'clock, Jonathan, so we're already an hour into the stream. And just going over a few things. Very, very good. One of the best wins the Yankees have had in a while. We really, really needed this win. And by the way, kudos to Ken from The Ugly Truth. He called a really, really good game today, as he always does. And tomorrow he gets a little break. Finally,
Yeah.
the Yankees are off. And hopefully, being the fact that they're off, we'll get Ken here on NY Yankee Mania for all of his thoughts. And we always really appreciate Ken coming on here with a lot of his thoughts, because he was an ex-pitcher, and he can recognize pitching. He can recognize things that are going on, and he calls a really, really good game. You don't need the volume on. Because he gives you everything. He gives you the horn. He gives you the "Let's Go Yankees." So it's a lot of fun when you listen to his stream. So I can't stress enough, guys. If you haven't been on his stream, Ken the Ugly Truth, please go on there, and of course, please subscribe to both channels. To all of us, subscribe. Press the like button. That again is very, very important, guys. You can have a lot of subscriptions, but you got to like it too. That's very important to all the creators. Very, very, very important. So we really would appreciate. Please subscribe, and again, don't forget tomorrow. Now, just because there's no game, that doesn't mean that we're not on. We will be on at 8:30 for our coffee, bagels, French toast, you name it. And then at 4 o'clock, as Nitin said it, go ahead, Nitin, you can go right into our guest. At 4 o'clock, a special show. Go ahead.
My team and I booked Adrian Chambers tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, former St. Louis Cardinals outfielder, won the World Series in 2011. He'll be joining us.
And thank you for that, Nitin. And we're looking forward to talking to him about his book, Being a World Champion. I mean, how many people can actually say they were a world champion in Major League Baseball? No matter if you play 2 games or you play a year or 2 years, it's got to be the greatest thrill and the greatest thing you've ever experienced. So kudos to him, and we're looking forward to his comments. Playing with the Cardinals, one of the best organizations, and winning a World Series that one year that you're with them, that's amazing. That is great. That really is great. But guys, we've been on for a little over an hour. How about we do a little wrap up on each and every one? Talk about what you like as we wrap up our final thoughts. Sean, you go first.
We should stay on for another hour.
Yeah.
We got to do a show in the morning. Go ahead.
But no,
Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, we just gotta play our game, but we also gotta play sound defense. We can't give them extra outs. We gotta cut that down all the way. But I mean, overall, I think we're gonna give the Astros, a whole lot of pain. They ain't gonna. It's not gonna be easy stroll for them. But with Judge, we need to do our best to protect him with Bellinger batting around him, And then Rice, Dominguez. If we can't have Stanton in the lineup, those three of our hottest guys that are gonna be consistent hitters. But definitely Bellinger because
Yeah, for Judge to get for him to get some good pitches, but I'll be interested. I really hope that he definitely starts hitting the ball against Houston, because that worries me when we play Houston. That really does. Sean, thank you for your comments. Evan, you go next.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this upcoming series because I think it's really going to test us to see where we kind of stand with the Astros overall and with the better teams in the AL. We got to play fundamental baseball. Like, how many times do we have to say that in order to win? It's true. Boone did a good job today with the bullpen management. Hopefully he can keep that going. Aaron Judge, it's nice to have him back, provide more balance and more protection, more depth to the lineup. And overall, that's pretty much it, I think. Right now, we're not the perfect team, but we can make it work. We have to go on a run, and overall, it was a good win today. Hopefully, we can improve and keep it going.
Cool. And Nitin, your turn, baby.
Like I said, let's go Yankees. Big win today. Great team win. Like I said, I like what Boone did today with the bullpen. David Bednar came out clutch in the to close out the game. 5 strikeouts, unbelievable outing, and obviously Paul Goldschmidt with the home run, and we did all in all great win. And now we got to turn the page quick. At least we have a day off tomorrow, and then now they got Houston on Friday. So let's keep it going. Let's see what we can do against Houston, and I'm looking forward to see what Cam does against a great lineup in Houston. So let's see what happens. Keep it going, and I think David Bednar is most likely can be our closer for next year, the way he did.
It seems to be him and Duvall will probably be competing for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and I want to bring
an exciting bullpen.
Yeah, and Joe, can I bring up a crazy stat here? So I don't know if you guys saw the Blue Jays and Rocky series. I feel bad for the Rockies. So the Blue Jays outscored the Rockies 45-6 during a 3-game series, and also they collected 63 hits in those 3 games.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I mean, for a team, listen, we can't talk because we lost a game or 2 to them. So I don't even want to touch that.
Yeah.
Guys, like I said, it's just an amazing time now because we have 47, 48 games, and it's time to put up or shut up. Does everybody agree with that? Evan, do you agree with that? This is it. This is the time for us to start. The time is now.
I agree. The time is now. We have to play well. And our schedule is pretty easy this month, but with us, it's never easy. So let's go. Put up a winning record the rest of the season, and we'll see where we fall.
Well, as always, guys, great job by each and every one of you. You guys are the best. I really appreciate it. Jonathan in the chat, hope to see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, and with coffee, bagels, French toast, you name it. We will have it all. And, of course, my Lavazza coffee in the morning. And we'll see you at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Obviously, there's no game. We'll still be on with you for 2 times, one at 8:30 and one at 4 p.m. So, everyone, enjoy your evening. God bless you all. God bless America. Let's go, Yankees. Don't forget the like button as you're going out in the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I want to get that 27 or 26% down. I know you're watching. You're watching it and enjoying it. Just please come in and what does it take? Less than 2 minutes. go over there, press the subscribe button, and then go back. I really, really appreciate anything and everything you do. We have great shows coming up, and we're really looking forward to you, and it's all due to you guys. So thank you. Good night. Have a great evening. We will see you bright and early from right here on NY Yankee Mania at 8:30. Good night, everyone.
See you guys.